The Galactic Council had gathered to witness what they believed would be the final solution to the human problem. For 3 cycles, the stubborn species from the 3rd planet of an unremarkable yellow star had refused every diplomatic overture, trade agreement, and ultimatum the Council had presented. They built their ships wrong, fought their wars wrong, and, most disturbing of all, they seemed to enjoy danger. Ambassador Vexithara of the Klaxon Empire stood before the massive viewing screen aboard the Council's flagship. Her 4 eyes gleamed with anticipation as the most feared predator in known space materialized from hyperspace, the Devourer of Suns. The creature was magnificent in its horror, a biomechanical fusion spanning 12 kilometers from its crystalline mandibles to its reactor core heart. Its hide was composed of living metal that had consumed entire fleets, and its voice could shatter moons when it chose to speak. For eons, it had been the Council's ultimate deterrent, a living weapon of mass extinction that had brought countless species to heel with nothing more than its presence. "Surely now the humans will see reason," murmured Council Prime Zephyros, his tentacles writhing with nervous energy. "Nothing has ever withstood the Devourer. Nothing." The massive predator descended toward Earth's moon, where humanity had established their primary defensive station, a laughably small collection of metal and ceramic that the humans had named Luna Base. Intel suggested. Fewer than 10,000 humans were stationed there, facing a creature that had devoured populations in the billions. The communication channel crackled to life. The Devourer's voice emerged, a sound like grinding continents and dying stars. "Insignificant flesh spawn of the pale world, I am your end. I am the darkness between stars. Submit to the will of the Council or... Hold up there, big guy." The transmission cut through the Devourer's proclamation like a rusty knife through silk. The voice was distinctly human, casual, almost bored with what the universal translators identified as a peculiar Earth accent. "This is Commander Jackson, Luna Base Defense Coordinator. I'm looking at you through our scopes right now, and I gotta say..." There was a pause, the sound of someone taking a sip of liquid. "You're smaller than I expected." The silence that followed was deafening. In the Council chambers, Ambassador Vexthera's face tendrils went rigid. Council Prime Zephyros made a choking sound. Never in the Devourer's 10,000-year reign of terror had anyone called it small. The Devourer's response shook the surrounding space. "Small? I have consumed the flesh of gods." "I have..." Yeah, very impressive resume," Jackson interrupted. "But here's the thing. We've been tracking your approach for the past week, running some calculations. You're 12 clicks nose to tail? Our defense grid was designed for something bigger." "Bigger?" The word came out as a roar that registered on seismic equipment across 3 solar systems. "See, we've been fighting wars down here for about 6,000 years, give or take. Started with sticks and rocks, worked our way up through nuclear weapons, antimatter, quantum disruptors, you know how it is. Point being, we've gotten pretty good at making things that are designed to kill other things." Commander Jackson's voice took on a thoughtful tone. "Now, we built Luna Base's defenses assuming we'd eventually face something really nasty. Something maybe 50-60 kilometers long. Planet crackers, sun eaters, the real deal." The Devourer's crystalline mandibles clicked together ominously. "I am the real deal, human." "Oh, I'm sure you are, buddy. Don't get me wrong, you look plenty scary. Nice teeth, good symmetry. Love what you've done with the whole living metal aesthetic. Very intimidating. It's just..." Another pause. Another sip. "You're gonna rattle around in our targeting system like a pea in a coffee can." In the Council chambers, emergency meetings were being called. Emergency meetings for the emergency meetings. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. Species were meant to cower, surrender, beg for mercy. They weren't supposed to critique the Devourer's size and offer constructive feedback. "Tell you what," Jackson continued, and the Council could hear the distinctive sound of human fingers drumming on metal, a sound their xenobiologists had learned to associate with human problem-solving. "Why don't you give us about 72 hours? We can probably retrofit some of our smaller defense platforms. Scale them down to something more appropriate for your dimensions." "Scale down." The Devourer's voice cracked like breaking reality. "Sure, it'll be fun. We've got some surplus missile batteries from the Mars colonial wars. Few thousand kinetic torpedoes left over from that dust-up with the asteroid pirates. Nothing too fancy, mind you. Wouldn't want to make it unfair." Commander Jackson's voice brightened with what sounded disturbingly like genuine enthusiasm. Oh, and if you want to make it really interesting, we could probably jury-rig some of our old mining lasers to your energy signature. Really get your armor glowing, you know? Make it a proper light show. The Devourer hung in space, its massive form trembling with an emotion it had never experienced before. Confusion. 10,000 years of terror, and this small, soft creature was treating it like an undersized carnival ride. You know what, though? Jackson's voice continued, and now there was definitely excitement there. I'm thinking we might be approaching this all wrong. You came here to scare us into submission, right? Standard galactic intimidation protocol? That was the plan, yes. Right, but here's what I'm thinking, and hear me out on this. What if instead of fighting you helped us design something bigger? The silence stretched across space like a held breath. See, we humans have this thing about challenges. Tell us something can't be done, we'll do it twice and patent the method. Tell us something's impossible, we'll make it into a sport. And tell us we've built the ultimate weapon. Jackson chuckled. Well, that just means we're not done yet. Council Prime Zephyros felt something he'd never experienced in his 300-year lifespan. A cold, creeping certainty that the Council had made a terrible mistake. Not in unleashing the Devourer, but in assuming that humanity could be intimidated by anything the universe had already seen. So here's my proposal, Jackson continued, his voice now carrying the tone of someone offering a business deal. You tell us everything about how you were built, what makes you tick, what your maximum theoretical specifications could be. And we'll show you what humans can do when someone gives us blueprints and says, build something scarier. The Devourer of Suns, the terror of 1,000 worlds, the living nightmare that had brought empires to their knees, found itself asking a question it had never needed to ask before. What kind of teeth would you add? And in the Luna Base Command Center, Commander Jackson smiled, an expression that would haunt the dreams of council members for generations to come. The kind that bite back,